It's the early 1970s, and humans, in their infinite curiosity and a knack for doing questionable things, decide on the idea of digging the deepest hole ever. Not just any hole, a hole so deep that even the Earth itself might start asking questions. This monumental idea lands in the remote Kola Peninsula in Russia, where the ground is about to get a serious wake-up call. The project begins with the enthusiasm of a kid starting a sandcastle. In the most innate male instinct ever, the idea of let's dig a really deep hole becomes a reality. But why? The goal was to drill deeper than anyone has ever drilled before. Scientists dream of uncovering Earth's deepest secrets, like ancient rocks, extreme temperatures, and maybe, just maybe, the answer to if you can truly dig through to China. The name? The Kola Super Deep Borehole. Sounds fancy, right? As the drilling starts, everything is going smoothly. The team marvels at the progress as they pass 1,000 meters, then 2, then 5. Spirits are high, and bets are placed on what lies beneath. But as they dig deeper, the Earth starts pushing back. Almost as if it's saying, hey, you've had your fun, but kindly piss off. By the time the borehole hits 12 kilometers, which is about 7.5 miles deep, things get spicy. Literally. The temperatures are hotter than expected, reaching over 180 degrees Celsius or about 356 Fahrenheit. Forget molten lava, this heat is like sticking your hand in the oven set to the burn everything option. But the team doesn't give up that easily. They retrieve ancient rock samples that tell stories from 2.7 billion years ago. Basically the Earth's awkward teenage years. They even discover tiny fossils in the rocks. Who knew that microfossils from ancient microbes were down there, chilling in what amounts to a giant rocky sauna? As years go by, the hole grows deeper and the challenges grow steeper. Equipment fails, costs skyrocket, and the Earth keeps throwing curveballs. At one point, someone probably muttered, maybe this was a bad idea. But by then, it was too late to turn back. The Kola Super Deep Borehole becomes the deepest man-made point on Earth. But not without cost. After nearly 2 decades of drilling, they hit a depth of 12,262 meters. And then they call it quits. By reference to the Earth, this is, well, the Earth. And this is the hole we've just talked about. So, whilst it's the deepest hole ever, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that deep. So what did they learn? The Earth's crust is way more complicated than we first thought, full of surprises like high temperatures, unexpected rock layers, and that drilling to the centre of the Earth is not as easy as some silly internet cartoon would have you believe. The mantle level, which was their dream target, remains untouched to this day. But maybe this is simply for the best. However, it's now the distant future, and we decide that we really do want to get to the centre of the Earth. So, what would happen? The drillers get back to work. The first few kilometres are easy, but hey, that's not even close to the real problem here. Around 100 kilometres down, the temperatures shoot up to a sweltering 700 degrees Celsius or about 1300 Fahrenheit. At this point, the drill gets slower and the equipment starts melting like ice cream on a hot day. Then things take a turn for the weird. We're talking about pressure, people. Unbelievable amounts of pressure. At 3,000 kilometres, the pressures are more than 300,000 times what you would experience at sea level. There's also something called magma. You're not so much drilling at this point, but you're trying to scoop pudding out of a hot pot with a fork. Earth's liquid core is so close that you can almost taste it. The taste of spicy bad decisions. As you approach the final 2,000 kilometres, the core itself beckons to you in a way that feels almost unwelcoming. I mean, you are drilling into the centre of the Earth, I don't really know what else you expected, but just for the avoidance of doubt, this is bloody hot. Made of a super dense iron-nickel alloy, this sits an impenetrable fortress, shrugging off any drill bits and any hopes of a scientific breakthrough. It was a level of pressure, heat and geological fury that humanity was never meant to come face to face with. And so, like the Kola super deep borehole before it, the hole becomes yet another reminder that digging to the centre of the Earth is less about discovery and more about finding out how small we really are on this planet we live on. Today, the Kola super deep borehole is capped, looking more like a rusty manhole cover than a portal to the centre of the Earth. We may not have found any treasure or ancient civilizations down there, but we did find out one thing for sure. The Earth is really good at telling us to f*** off.